Hey everyone! Welcome to
The BSED
Batch.
This is our cozy corner of the internet where we talk about real life experiences, lessons, and advice.
And today, we're diving into a topic that we know everyone can relate to. Don't post when emotional.
We've all had moments where we feel super frustrated, sad, or angry and want to post about it.
But sometimes, that might not be the best idea.
So in this episode, we're sharing our personal experiences, thoughts, and practical advice on how to handle emotions before posting online.
And now, let's get comfy and let's get into it. Okay, let's be honest. Who here has ever posted something they regretted because they were too emotional at the time?
Oh, guilty! There was this one time I had a really bad argument with a friend and I went straight to Facebook to vent. It felt good at first, but later, I realized I made things worse.
Same here, I once tweeted something passive-aggressive after having a bad day, and it ended up getting misinterpreted. People asking me if I was okay, and I didn't even want to explain anymore.
See, we've all been there. And the thing is, social media is permanent, guys. Screenshots exist, people remember, and sometimes we can't take back what we say.
And emotions are temporary, right? We might feel super mad or sad at the moment, but after an hour or a day, we cool down and realize we don't feel the same way anymore.
That's why it is important to pause before posting. One impulsive post can lead to so many unnecessary problems.
Exactly. When we post in an emotional state, we tend to exaggerate or say things we don't really mean. And once it's out there, even if you delete it, someone might have already seen it or taken a screenshot.
Plus, it can damage relationships. Sometimes, a private issue becomes public just because of one post. Instead of fixing the problem, it can make things worse.
And let's not forget about our digital footprint. Employers, teachers, and even future friends can see what we posted in the past. One impulsive rant might come back and haunt you later.
And there's also the fact that when we post emotionally, we often invite reactions we're not reading for. People might start giving opinions, taking ideas, or even making things worse.
True, and let's be honest, most of the time when we post about our problems, we're not really looking for an advice. We just want to vent, right?
Yes, but social media isn't always the best place for that because people will have their own interpretations. Instead of getting support, we might end up feeling even worse.
So, what can you do instead of posting? Personally, I like to write everything down in my note app first. If I still feel the same way, then it's worth addressing. But most of the time, I cool down and realize I don't need to post at all.
That's a good idea. I also talk to a close friend in private instead of making a public post. It helps me release my emotions without creating unnecessary drama.
And I think sometimes just taking a break from social media helps. Go for a walk, listen to music, or do something you enjoy. Give yourself time to process before reacting.
Another tip is the 24-hour rule. If you're really upset, wait a full day before deciding whether to post. Chances are you won't feel the same way tomorrow.
I also love journaling. Writing down my emotions privately really helps me process them. Later, I can read back and see how I felt without needing to share it online.
And let's not forget about professional help. If we're feeling overwhelmed, talking to a counselor or therapist can be way more helpful than venting online. Guys, remember, social media isn't therapy. We have to find healthy ways to cope instead of just posting every time we're emotional.
Alright, let's sum this up. Posting while emotional, bad idea.
Emotions fade, but posts, they stick around forever.
So next time you feel like typing out a rant, take a deep breath and step away from the keyboard.
And if you really need to talk it out, hit up a friend or journal it instead.
Remember, the internet never forgets, but we can learn to pause before we post.
And with that, we're wrapping things up. Thanks for hanging out with the Backspace Bunch. Type wisely, post kindly, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye!
Bye!